Hello everyone and welcome to my nerdy little corner of the internet. Today, Lorcana dropped news about the second Lorcana set coming out on November 17th this year in LGSs and December 1st in big box stores. The Rise of the Floodborn tells the story of the origins of the Floodborn. The inks combined into a flood of chaos, washing over glimmers and turning them into alternate forms of themselves. This ink tide has poured out of the Illuminary, taking valuable lore with it, including King Triton's trident. We were told that set 2 would focus on Floodborn, and boy howdy does it. We were left to look for clues about the Floodborn in the first chapter, but now we know their origin. Rise of the Floodborn bring back the stories from the first chapter, such as Winnie the Pooh and The Princess and the Frog, but includes 5 new stories, including Pinocchio, Zootopia, The Great Mouse Detective, The Jungle Book, and Raya and the Last Dragon. There is also the debut of the new keyword Resist. Characters with Resist X say whenever any damage is dealt to them, it is reduced by X. So, Captain Hook and his cannons are now useless to these enduring characters. The booster box has some beautiful artwork with Raya, the Beast, and the Queen of Hearts on the flap, and on the pack art itself, along with Merlin and Tiana on the side banner. There will be 2 starter decks, an Amber Sapphire deck featuring the Queen and Gaston, and an Amethyst Steel starter deck featuring Merlin and Tiana. The accessories were also revealed, and oh my goodness, that beast mat looks terrifying and awesome! The other mat is Winnie the Pooh, who seems to have gathered some wizardry during his time in Lorcana. The sleeves and deck boxes feature Sisu from Raya and the Last Dragon, and Milan when she is in the burning village, and she looks ready to fight. There will also be a special Disney 100-year celebration box with 6 alternate cards featuring artwork from Disney animators. This $50 bundle will also come with 4 packs of Rise of Floodborn and will come out on December 1st. Let's look at these awesome new cards that we will see in Rise of the Floodborn.
I choose archery.
Belle, Hidden Archer, is a 5-cost, no flourish, Floodborn Hero Princess in Emerald. She is a 3/3 with 3 lore, she has Shift 3, and Thorny Arrows. Whenever this character is challenged, the challenging character's player discards all cards in their hand. This can be absolutely terrifying, especially if we get a cheap Belle and Amber down the line. He is a great target for just in time for the Amber Emerald aggro deck that's currently running around in core, but I'm not sure if players would want to replace Cusco for Belle, as Ward is a very strong ability to have against the control decks. In Limited, she's actually going to be kind of mid, as usually by the time she's able to be challenged, their opponent's hand will be low with 1 or 2 cards left in hand, and 3 willpower won't be that hard to take out, especially if they reprint similar cards to Smash. However, if there is a 1 or 2 cost Belle in the set, look out for this combo with your legendary.
I am no man.
Cinderella Stouthearted is a 7-cost with flourish, Floodborn Hero Princess Knight in Steel. She is a 5/5 with 3 lore, Shift 5, Resist 2, and the Singing Sword. Whenever you play a song, this character may challenge ready characters this turn. Cinderella introduces 2 new concepts for us, the Resist keyword, and characters having the ability to challenge ready characters. Resist looks to be a great ability, as essentially it means every time they're dealt damage, their willpower essentially goes up by 2. I figure we would eventually get characters that could challenge ready ones, but I am happy that this one has a hoop to get through, and I'm hoping that most of the characters that are able to challenge ready characters have some hoop or restriction to get through. This is also our first knight in Lorcana. which is interesting because we do have princes, but I guess since princes are generally connected to knights in most Disney stories, they decided it was kind of redundant, but they are introducing the knight sub-character. When I built my Amber Steel Song deck, a big thing that I was missing was a top curve, and now we have one. Being able to play a song and she challenges anything that comes down from the previous turn is very powerful. Also, having 3 lore is very important. I don't know if I would put the Cinderella from the first chapter into my songs deck now, but maybe if there's another Cinderella in Rise of the Floodborn, we might be changing the deck a little bit. Dinner Bell is a 4-cost, no flourish item in Ruby with
You know what happens.
You may exert and pay 2 to draw cards equal to the damage on chosen character of yours, then banish them. We are getting Great Mouse Detective. I am so hyped. It is my favorite movie. I was kind of upset that Mickey Mouse Detective wasn't Basil of Baker Street, but to know that it's in set 2, I am so excited to see what we get. This item is perfect for Ruby. You challenge him with a character, you then pay 2, and you get to draw a bunch of cards from the challenge, and if you were challenging with Milan or Aladdin, you probably got a challenge victory trigger. Well, there might be some more sacrifice shenanigans in Ruby in this set, so keep an eye out for various cards in the set with banished effects in other colors whenever we're looking at limited.
The gloves are coming off. You understand me?
Elsa Gloves Off is a 4-cost with flourish, Storyborn Hero Queen Sorcerer in Amethyst. She is a 3/5 with 1 lore and Challenger 3. Elsa's body is well above curve as a 6/4 for 4 while challenging. She won't see much constructed play, but in limited she will be a challenge threat for your opponents.
You're a smart guy now, huh?
Gaston, Intellectual Powerhouse, is a 6-cost, non-flourish, Floodborn villain in Sapphire. He is a 4/4 with 3 lore, he has Shift 4, and Developed Brain. When you play this character, look at the top 3 cards of your deck. You may put one in your hand, put the rest on the bottom of your deck in any order. This is an interesting card as he does replace himself when he enters play, has that ever important 4th willpower, and having the 3 lore character as early as turn 3 in Sapphire is pretty strong. I'm excited to see what shift targets will be printed in the set, as the only Gaston right now is in Ruby, and doesn't plan on getting smart anytime soon. Merlin Shapeshifter is a 4-cost flourish, Storyborn Mentor Sorcerer in Amethyst. He is a 1/5 with 1 lore and Battle of Wits. Whenever one of your other characters is returned to your hand from play, this character gets an additional lore this turn. Amethyst bounce deck, anyone? With the persistent effects of Mickey Mouse Sorcerer, Dr. Facilier, and Marshmallow, along with the bounce spell Befuddle, I expect there to be some fun interplay effects and some more bounce effects. I don't expect Merlin to go off and going crazy like Ariel or Tamatoa, but bouncing your own characters and still getting an extra lore is not a bad trade. That 1 strength is a bother, but I mean, this has to have some downside, right? Mickey Mouse Friendly Face is a 6-cost with flourish, Storyborn Hero in Amber. He is a 1/6 with 3 lore and Glad You're Here. Whenever this character quests, you pay 3 less for the next character you play this turn. I'm not entirely sure how I feel about this card yet. 1 strength has proven to be a downside in limited. While his ability seems bonkers at first look, you're getting that trigger on turn 7 if you aren't ramping into him. I don't know, I just don't see a home for him yet, but hey, it's only day 1 of spoilers. Raya, Warrior of Kamandra, is a 4-cost with flourish, Storyborn Hero Princess in Ruby. She is a 5/3 with 1 lore and is vanilla. Here we have the hero and princess version of Starfire Usurper. It's okay, doesn't really see constructed. but does have a decent mid to late pick to trade with high willpower characters. The Queen, Commanding Presence, is a 5 cost with Flourish, Floodborn Villain Queen in Amber. She is 4/3 with 2 lore, Shift 2, and Who is the Fairest? Whenever this character quests, chosen opposing character gets -4 strength this turn, and chosen character gets +4 strength this turn. Now this looks like a fun card. Her shift discount is 3 less, the first Floodborn we've seen to have a discount other than 2. She's also another villain in Amber for those Hades decks, and her ability is an upgraded form of support, not only strengthening one of your other characters, but weakening an opposing character for an 8 strength swing on board. I could see this fitting into a support style deck easily, however, she is a 5-drop, and so she's kind of competing with that slot with Maximus right now. The Sorcerer Spellbook is a 3 cost without flourish item in Amethyst with Knowledge. Exert and pay 1 ink, gain 1 lore. It's a pretty cool idea, having an item gaining lore on your behalf without necessarily needing a character, as you yourself gain the lore. Tiana, Celebrating Princess, is a 4 cost without flourish, Dreamborn Hero Princess in Steel. She is a 1/4 with 2 lore, resist 2, and what you give is what you get. While this character is exerted and you have no cards in your hand, opponents can't play actions. Tiana wants to be in an aggro deck and wants to go questing. Her ability isn't going to rise much until the end game, but when it does, it shuts down an entire aspect of your opponent's deck. This might make steel decks avoid playing a whole new world, keep controlled players from dropping that Be Prepared in the late game. Winnie the Pooh, Honey Wizard, is a 5 cost with Flourish, Dreamborn Hero Sorcerer in Amethyst. He is a 5/5 with 2 lore and is vanilla. Being able to pick up a 5/5 for 5 later in a pack sounds pretty great. I don't think it's going to be in core anytime soon unless there's sorcerer synergies. But oh my goodness, there's honeycomb patterns in the flowers too. Oh my goodness. Finally, we have Zero to Hero, a 2 cost non-flourish action song in Amber. Count the number of characters you have in play. You pay that amount of ink less for the next character you play this turn. Now this is how you discount characters, Mickey. The art on all of these cards are gorgeous as always. The new keyword resist is going to add an element of complexity to game plans, and some of these shift cards are going to be terrifying when dropped early. But that is all I have for you today. When reveals come out of the Nether, I will make sure to look over them and give my take on them in this channel, so make sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss a single card. My name's Knive, thank you for watching. Goodbye.